Our antics towards the Farleys was appreciated by the Farleys' enemies, if you like. Because the Farleys had loads of enemies all over the gaff. And that's how I met Mikey Wright. That's how I started engaging with Michael Wright. Because Michael Wright was an enemy of the Farleys, and I weren't floating around Anfield no more. I was now floating on Scotland Road. I was based on Scotland Road for a good couple of years with the decent certified kids down there. Even some of them certified kids who was tight with me. I can see them now in town looking rough, smoking stone and crack. And it destroys me because you know how decent them lads was. And now there they are on crack. And it happens all the time. So I'm on Scotty. I'm based on Scotty. Getting to know everyone. Everything's sweet down there. We're doing our thing. I've got a graft on the Easby estate. I've locked that off. I've got a graft on the Langsdale estate. I've locked that off. It is what it is. Everything's going fine for me. I'm down on Scotland Road. I'm stood there with likes of Whiteye, Rangy, Berkey, all these young individuals. We're all based, Willie Nelson, Nicky Nelson. All that was the firm by the corner house. We're all stood there. Next minute, this S3 pulls up. And it's obvious it's Mikey Wright in his S3. Pulls up, shouts me over. This is where the grooming off Mikey Wright kicked in, okay? Now, this is why I can identify grooming methods by gangsters towards your kids. Because I've been there. I've done it. I know what it feels like to be groomed into violence or dealing. So this is what it was. I've met Mikey Wright. Everything's floating. I told you before I couldn't get swag from nowhere. Mikey Wright gave me swag. So we're in the car, we're in the S3. I've just bumped into him. Do yourself a spliff, lad. I'm buzzing. I'm young, I haven't really got no weed. Spliff, bang. Blazing a spliff. Do you want to come for a spin, lad? Get a scran, KFC. Before you know it, every single night, I'm in the car with him. And he's looking at he's not paying us, he's not giving us wages, he's making us dependent on his weed. He's making us dependent on being in the S3 floating round, getting a scran. He's getting us used to that. Every so often he might go, yeah, I've just got myself a pair of trainers here, there's a pair for you. I've just got myself a jacket there, there's a jacket for you. That's grooming you. You know, that's showing you money. That's making you become enticed into that way of materialist. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mikey Wright's dead now. Yeah, he got shot dead in the KFC. Got his head blew off. On my birthday, actually, December the 8th. I was in Strangeways. Got a phone call within minutes. Happy birthday, lad. He's dead. Get in there. Phone straight down the bullet. Not getting me in conspiracy. I didn't know it was going down. I didn't know anything was happening. I didn't know the individuals that had got on it. I just got a phone call about half an hour after the incident. Yes, he's dead. Happy birthday. Good. So I'm in with this Mikey Wright. Floating with him. Thinking we're boss. I had a good mate when I was younger. And his name was Michael O'Rourke. So when I'm in the passenger seat with this Mikey Wright, I'm automatically saying, Mick's game, bring Mick with us. So now you've got Mikey Wright, me and Mick O'Rourke in the back. Yeah. We go on a little mission. I've told this story before. We're with him now. We're doing whatever he tells us to do. We're going wherever he tells us to go and whatever. He's got us by the balls, basically. We're in all of them. You know, we stood up to all the gangsters in the city. All the gangsters in the city are scared of Mikey Wright. So we're around them. So we're in all of them, as young kids do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So anyway, out the blue from nowhere, Mikey calls us one morning, get round here boys, go round. He's had a flat in Alewood where the door has been kicked off its hinges and something like 18 grand got took from within the flat. And the two people responsible for kicking that door in was a kid called AJ from Park Road, Dingle, and a lad called Lee Brittles from Park Road, Dingle. I've told this story before. I've got to tell you it to tell you the situation, so we'll just go through it. So on this occasion, Mikey Wright got on us and said, look, These kids have kicked me door in. I know it's them. They've took me door. I've got an address for them. So at that time, we've got this other family where it's called the Hazies, the Hasses. You might have heard of John Hass, infamous Liverpool gangster. His nephews, you might have heard of Hazy from Liverpool, the rapper. His uncles and his father. That's who I'm talking about now. So they was around us back in the day, the Hazies, Rocky and that. So we've got 2 cars now. We're going to this AJ's address, which is off a road in Park Road. I forgot the road called. We're going down there. We've got a Cavalier V6. And behind us, we've got a Granada Cosworth Scorpio. That's the Rammer. If you don't know what a Rammer is, it's a car purchased on purpose to ram cars off the road and coffer them. So you've got us in the V6. Yeah? You've got them in the Granada Cosworth. We've been to this address, gone through it, no one's there. We went to another address, went through it, no one's there. So we're just patrolling the area. You've got me driving the V6. You've got Mikey in the passenger seat. And you've got the Hazies and Rocky and the Rammer behind us. We're flying round. Lee Brittles will confirm it. We're flying round looking for these. Now, I know Lee Brittles. I've been in the white peace system with Lee Brittles. And I'd never had a bad thing to say about Lee Brittles. In fact, got on with the majority of the kids from Dingle whilst I'm in the white peace system, including Lee Brittles. Right, so I'm half not wanting to bump into Lee Brittles because I know the damage that's going to go on here, you're on it. So we're stuck at the lights now. I think it's Egbert Road. We've been looking all night. We're stuck at the lights. And Mikey says, let's give it one more lap and then we'll get off. So I'm thinking, sweet. So as we park up at the lights, right next to us, a Sierra Estate pulls up. They look like punters driving in. But then out of nowhere, the back windows wound down. And guess who it was? Lee Brittles. And guess what he was doing? Shouting name. Darren! Darren, what's happening, lad? I wind the window down, let onto him. Say how it is, put the window back up and go, there's Lee Brittles there. And then that was it. He's on the phone to the Rammer. The Rammer comes behind the Sierra, tries to clip it. The Sierra takes a crazy chase. We're following it now, trying to get this car. It goes down the straight, gets clipped, spins it, loses it. So it's side on now. It's side on like this. You got the red, that's what you used to call him, the red. You've got the red in the passenger seat with a Beretta fully loaded. He's been telling me he's going to do this, he's going to do that, blah, 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 blah. He's got this kid in his sights. Lee Brittles has jumped out the back of the car, seen the gun and froze. Just froze for a good minute. But so did this Mikey Wright. That's when I seen what type of kid this Mikey Wright was, honest. He's got out, he's jumped out the passenger seat, he's got the thing aimed at him, but he's not letting it go. He's not letting it go. Eventually, Lee Brittles sprints away, goes up a little street. Mikey Wright's chasing him, letting shots off through house windows, left, right and centre. Let about 8 shots off, never got near him. Which is a good thing, obviously. He's got kids and that now, hasn't he? He wouldn't have if them bullets would have got him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So anyway, call it what you want, lad. Don't call it anyway. So, from there, instead of him coming back to the car I'm in, he's left me. He's left me. I'm stuck by this Sierra in this V6. Left. He's bailed in the other car in the Granada with them. Next minute I'm hearing sirens, but I'm still sat there to the very last minute, waiting for him to get back to the car. He doesn't come back. Next minute I'm in a crazy chase. I'm in this V6 vet getting chased around Park Road and Dingle. I leave them. I get away from them. You're on it? A few hours later, I get nicked in another car for driving while banned and go to prison. I'm in prison now for driving while banned. Don't get one visit. Don't get no letter. Don't get no postal order. Don't get nothing off them. So I jogged them on. I've only got 3 months to do. And I'm getting out in a minute. So I'm out now, and I'm looking at them, I'm staying away from them, don't want to know. You've put me in a bad situation, left me, probably on purpose to get nicked, but I got away, and now I'm free, I don't want to go near you. So now I'm on my own little thing. I've locked Langley off and I've locked the Easby off. And right between that is Scotland Road. And who's got the graft on Scotland Road? Mikey Wright. Mikey Wright's the main honcho on Scotland Road. Always was. No one could do without him giving the go-ahead. He's not happy. Why isn't he happy? Because all his punters that he's had for years selling them swag and now getting a taste of the swag that we've got across the road. And they're liking it. It's a 10 out of 10. It's scab. Do you understand what I mean? If you know, you know. So all his punters are now crossing over the road and scoring off us. So his graph's going down and he isn't liking it at all. He's not liking it. He's not liking it. So he gets us round him again somehow. He gets us round him again. We're getting the swag off him now. We're getting the swag off him now. So he's happy. But what happens in between all this is our madman, my brother, Daniel G, decides to kick Mikey's right flat in that's on Scotland Road. So Danny and a man called Paul Wishart off Scotland Road sit Mikey Wright's flat off, wait for Mikey Wright by the pits on Scotland Road where he used to have a flat, wait for him to come out of his flat, kick his door in, take his door off and take, I think it was 15 grand from underneath his couch. Now Mikey gets a phone call. Your Ken's being burst, bang. I'm with him. We're mooching now for whoever's done it. Include it's Danny, okay? We're mooching now for whoever's done it. Everywhere. Next minute it comes back that it's our Danny and Paul Wishart. He's trying to tell me he's putting my brother to bed. He's telling me your Danny's getting put to bed for robbing me. You can't do all about it. So I'm begging him because I'm the weakness in this relationship. He's the main man. I'm begging him, can I work the dough off? Can I pay you back without getting Danny hurt? Can I give you the dough back? And he said, yeah. So every time I was getting a parcel off him, he was putting 5 ton or £1,000 on the price. And it took me a couple of months, because my graph was bouncing, so it got paid off very fast. But he didn't like that. He said he didn't like that he had to wait for the lump sum. So he banged a £5 bill on top. Had me by the balls. And then what he started doing then is, knowing because I'd aligned myself to him, I'd took on all his enemies. I'd got on to all his enemies. You're on it? All his enemies were hating me now. Although we had mutual enemies anyway, all his other enemies were hating on me now. We couldn't get swag from nowhere. Only him. So what do you do when I'll be in the passenger seat with him and my phone's going off its cake, 1,000 calls a day. Every time he heard someone like Tracy, he'd turn round and say to me, hey Darren lad, that Tracy used to be my punter, She used to give me good money. I'm going to have to take her back off you. And I just have to go, okay, Mikey. I just have to go, okay. So we'd be taking all my best punters who were given 300 or 400 quid a day. One of them houses where you got the main punter, getting pure dough out of that one house. He'd just start taking them off me and I couldn't do about it because I'm in debt to him. Oh, silly brother. Do you understand?